by playing the 13-5 Warriors and went to a Game 7 with them, and then went on to beat the Avalanche in another Game 7. Both teams had a better record in regular season than them, and they just ended up pulling it out. I remember whenever they played their match versus the Avalanche, there were a bunch of people watching it and like giving updates on like the game, and it was fun to see the updates on the game. It was fun to like get hyped with whenever people got hyped in chat. It was super fun, right? Yeah. It was one of those moments where you will remember in RLPC. And then the Pythons, they played the Mustangs, and somehow, I don't know how, but they pulled out a Game 7 win. I thought that Mustangs had this game in the bag, and Pythons just somehow brought it to the Game 7 and won. And then they played the Herons and 4-0'd them. And I think that just shows you how strong this Pythons team is.
I gotta say one thing. Rex, how could you?
What did Rex do?
Rex, he didn't even get one, dude.
Oh, Rex is on the Herons. I forgot about that.
The Herons, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Rex, bro, I had faith. I had so much faith in you, Rex. And yeah, I love you too, Rex. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy, dude. Looking at these, Inferno, they're 12-6. Pythons are 11-7, and these, how? Like, honestly, dude,
it all comes
to even get here, dude.
If you make it to the playoffs, anything can happen. We've seen that. We've seen that all playoffs long. Like,
that's why.
Huh?
What? Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the what are the two teams?
Inferno and Pythons.
Pythons and Inferno. I have to find them. They aren't. Okay, they're there. Okay. So the Inferno have Ajester, Nanites, and Cannoli starting, right? Ajester has almost a goal per game, and they all pretty much are about the same assists per game. None of them are really standing out in terms of like unbelievable goal per game stats, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you look at the Pythons, and you have Sauce and 0-2, both of which are over 1.0 goals per game, and then Sauce is also at over is at an assist per game and a save per game. So Sauce is pretty much just doing everything for this team, it looks like.
I mean, if memory serves, he's actually really nuts. But I mean, I have seen Inferno play, and last time they were on stream, I mean, it was actually nuts. Like, I think Ajester and Nanites were the players that really caught my eye. Not to say anything against Cannoli, but they just kept on hitting really nuts shots, dude. And like, I wasn't expecting, like, every single time I was like, can I just please shut up and just watch them play? Because it was just so much fun. But Avalanche, you know, them getting knocked out was, I mean, that was the biggest upset of AA right there.
Yeah, it really was, because I think everyone had them as their favorites. They looked so solid throughout the regular season, and then just something happened in playoffs where they just didn't look as good. Like, they still look good, still a top tier team. It just, they looked beatable for the first time all season.
Yeah.
And
oh my gosh.
Huh.
Nah, Mars on that team, man. How?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, you'll have a good season, then you'll have one bad game in the playoffs, and you won't be able. Your season's over, and it's sort of unfortunate. But yeah, if we look at like the regular season for the Inferno, right? We had Ajester, who had over a goal per game. We had Nanites, who had 0.83 goals and assists per game, right? And then you had Cannoli with 0.96 goals per game. Like, all three of those players did super solid in the regular season, and the same with the Pythons. Really, like, Sauce over a goal per game, almost an assist per game. Sauce with 0.85 goals per game, and Barricade sitting at a solid 0.75. All these players are super good. It just, as a team, they just didn't look like they matched up to some of these top tier teams like the Avalanche and the Mustangs, right? So it's a little weird seeing them in here.
Well, like you said, you know, anything can happen. But for the person who said start the predictions, there's still a lot of time. There's like 3 minutes 30 seconds left for you, so you can still vote on who you want. But let's look at a little bit at our own predictions, because Reddit said that 56% said that Inferno was going to win, and 44% said that Pythons were going to win. And I believe. Wait, what was your prediction again?
Mine?
Yeah.
I said Inferno 4-3.
Okay.
I'm keeping up with the game 7 theme with the Inferno, and I think that they're gonna take this one out.
Yeah, I do kind of have to agree, but I think Inferno are going to take it in 4. But I think they'll only get 2 off. So yeah, I really do think that Inferno have this. But I think I saw Kara in the. I think I'm saying that right. Kara. I apologize,
yes.
whichever one's wrong, and I hope that I said it right at some point. But she's in the chat, so she's cheering her team on. But dude, I still cannot believe it. 7 and Mar. I mean, look at it. They have, what is that? Let me do math. 150, 163, 163 goals together, the two of them. And they're not in the finals. And oh my gosh.
85 and so yeah. That's a lot. That is a lot of goals. And the fact that I think are those the 2 highest?
They have to be. There's no way they're not.
They are the 2 highest. Yes, they are. They are the 2 highest, and the fact that neither of those 2 made it to finals. And it's sort of what happened with the Wildcats yesterday. Wildcats had the 2 top shots per game, and they couldn't make it. They just couldn't take the dub.
Sad. Mar, if you're in chat, F's in chat for you, buddy. You know, it was a good run. You tried your darndest, but it just didn't work out for you. So good stuff. But let's get back to this one because, dude, we have Inferno versus Pythons, and this is going to be an entertaining one no matter what happens. Inferno, they are a very momentum-based team, from at least what I recall. But I mean, they love freestyling. They love showing off their goals. And if they lose, usually it's just by like a goal or 2. But you can almost always expect good high-scoring games coming out for them.
Yeah, you really can. And I mean, even with the Inferno, they may not be like the top tier team in terms of stats or record or anything like that. But I remember, I don't remember when this was, but Blue was doing like the goals of the week, right? And we were trying to help him trim it down to 5. And a lot of the goals were from the Inferno, like just passing plays or like double taps or stuff like that, right? And it's weird seeing that, like the fact that they look so solid, but they weren't like one of the top like 3 teams.
No, I mean, from what I remember watching them again, it was just kind of like their defense. Like they're so good on offense, they're crazy, they're nuts, they have such good reads, but on defense, it just kind of feels like it falls apart for them. So I really do think that is going to be the deciding factor in this game, is if the Pythons can actually come out and start attacking the Inferno and get them on the back foot. I think Pythons can take this, but Inferno, like they have such quality behind the ball. I really don't see Pythons able to do much. But again, like if the Pythons game plan has to be come out swinging, like there's no way it's not.
Yeah, you have to put pressure early on this Inferno team if you want to take it out. If you want to win, you have to make sure that they do not have the early pressure and that you have it instead.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my gosh. All right, so before we head into this game, I believe we're just waiting on Pythons right now, but before we head into this game, which player on the Inferno that you're looking at to really to showcase their skills, let's say? Revy?
Huh? Sorry, I sort of blanked for a second.
Wow, that's toxic, dude. I'm talking to him, my friend, and he won't even listen to me. But I was saying, which player on the Inferno are you really expecting to pop off and just kind of, show us what they've got and showcase for us?
I have to go with A-Jester. Either A-Jester or Nanites. I know Nanites, he's super talented mechanically, and he's very consistent, but I think in order for the Inferno to win, A-Jester has to just pop off. He has to make sure that he is the one that is getting control of the ball and getting it downfield.
Yeah, definitely would have to agree. Like again, Cannoli is a good player, especially in his own right, but I mean, just those two, they always seem to pop off. But looks like Kara says that Nanites and Sauce have a best goal contest going on for this series. So you guys know that's a good way to put your prediction points. Don't even tell me who you think is going to win. Tell me who you think is going to make the best goal. And never mind, the prediction already ended. All right, well, let's see how it is, though. But it is time. Both teams are in. Your casters are going to be Mike and Ty. Ty, again, from earlier, and he has a beautiful voice. So does Mike. I'm honestly jealous of these two. But let us throw it over to them. Mike and Ty, take it away and tell us about this match.
Thanks, Bart and Revy. I am here with Ty. How you doing, Ty? Ty?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Mike. Yeah. Someone had turned off my mic.
Oh. Perfect.
No, I'm excited. Another championship to give out. Pythons and Inferno should be a good one. Two kind of Cinderella stories almost. Two teams that did not win their division but have just torn through the playoffs. And excited to see which one comes out on top.
Yeah, these guys are some very high offensive teams as well, and a lot of these players had a very huge rise in skill level almost immediately after the start of the season. So a lot of these players are almost in the AAA to major range as well. So a lot of these you're going to see a lot of great plays coming in, and it would be interesting seeing the best goal competition coming out from Sauce and Nanites. It should be interesting to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's pretty much what we're all looking for. But before we get started, I want to quick shout out to Captain Clutch, who's been doing the streaming for us for the past hour and a half or so. He's been doing a great job. So
thank you so much, Cap. But I think we are just about ready to get into this one. All the players have joined in. We are coming in on this kickoff. This is the Pythons against the Inferno in the AA playoff finale. We have A-Jester getting a good clear here, but going to get cut off by Sauce. Sauce being that supersonic legend in Season 1, showing off that title proudly. The Barricade cutting that one off at midfield. Nanites controlling this one, slowing things down. Gets dunked in front of the net, but Nanites is there. Fakes that one. Barricade almost gets a shot on net, but he plays that a little too high. A bit awkward here for Zero. Nanites sitting back in net. No one there to challenge. Over Cannoli, over Nanites. Now Sauce with a shot on net, blocked by Jester. Now Cannoli looking for a clear. Gets the demo on Barricade to follow. Zero looking to get back into the Inferno zone. And so far, both these teams have had some good chances, but no one's really been able to get any shots on net.
Yeah, not yet. A little bit of choppy play. Both teams trying to feel themselves out here in this huge championship match. Couple demos, couple good opportunities, but nothing quite yet.
There's definitely got to be some nerves coming in as well. As Sauce finally gets the first shot on net. Actually, this is the 7th shot on net for the Pythons, and that's going to be the first goal.
Seemed like the first because it took them so long to get a quality chance, but Sauce able to get the nice downward angle on that shot, no doubt about it. Gets the Pythons up early.
I can't tell how the 7 shots came out for the Pythons. Somehow it adds up, I guess.
Yeah, Psionics knows more than we do.
I guess so. But the Inferno will look to even things up here. Unfortunately, they're back in their zone. Cannoli, though, looking for this long clear over Sauce. Going to try and follow this one up, control it, and maybe pass towards midfield. A-Jester's there. Oh, almost secures that one, but Inferno keeping this one in the zone. And Cannoli cutting that one off on the right-hand side. Can't find anyone at midfield, but ends up getting the demo. A-Jester with an open shot on net. That's going to even things up here. And just as we expected, high-scoring offenses from either team.
Yeah, Inferno are heating up here in game number 1. Nice demo, leaves it wide open for A-Jester. No mistake there.
And that was the Inferno following up the Pythons goal. They got 4 straight shots on net, and both these teams really showcasing just how much pressure they can build on a team and really control how the game plays. And you really see this looking at the rotations where they cut almost everything off at midfield, and they're able to just consistently keep in the pressure. As Sauce gets the dunk on Cannoli, can't get that one, but Barricade now has a shot on net.
There it is.
He gets it past the 2 remaining defenders.
After all that, nice choppy hit. It looks like I got a little bit of rubber banding, so maybe our guys got thrown off a little, but Barricade spikes it a little bit, but it goes in, so it counts. Pythons are happy with that.
Yeah, it looks like there is a couple players with some connection issues, unfortunately. So we'll probably end up going to a new server after this game. We'll wait on the request of the players. Cannoli, though, getting a good clear there with control on the ball. Zero cuts that one off, though. Gets a long send out, but Nanites is going to be there to stop it. He gets the follow-up touch over one defender, but Sauce there to save that one. Looking to get a pass towards midfield from Cannoli. Ajester almost was the dunk. Nanites can't get a shot on net from that angle. He's going to play it out towards midfield. Barricade's going to be the first one to reach that ball. And now the presence in the offensive zone is building for the Inferno. After this goal from the Pythons, as Ajester dunks two, tries to get it past Barricade, but he's going to cut that one off. Nanites there to follow. Cannoli gets the clear, but gets cut down by Sauce. Sauce looks to play it down in front of the net. Can't get that under control as Nanites fakes out the offensive players from the Pythons.
A lot of back and forth now. Both teams, a lot of booming clears, a lot of high balls, hoping the defense makes a mistake. And in all honesty, it's happened a few times. Nice save from Barricade.
That was that just looked amazing to watch, and kind of seemed like Cannoli had a pretty solid chance there, but the pre-jump coming out from Zero in the goal line, or Barricade, sorry, from the goal line was good presence and mindset. Not to get too panicky there, as Sauce could get a shot on net. No boost though to get enough power on that one. Now we have all three defenders from the Inferno in the corner. Cannoli with a shot on net, gets it past two defenders, and there it is.
Yeah, after all that, a lot of stuff just gummed up right there in the corner, and Ajester picks his head up, finds his teammate Cannoli. He says, "You guys are going to leave the whole middle of the field open. I'll take the goal."
I mean, you gotta take that one. It could have been a risky play if there was a Python's defender there to cut off that passing option, but good lookout there from Jester to be able to control that one and hand it off to Cannoli very well.
The bump almost works.
Ooh. Almost gets that shot on target as Cannoli as well gets a shooting opportunity. Neither player able to secure that one, as now Nanites is going to go for this air dribble. Really met up in the sky by Zero. Fakes Zero as he gets that flip reset. Isn't able to use that one on the ball, unfortunately. Looking to create that highlight reel goal and beat out Sauce in this game one already.
Yeah, that is the true championship. It's the goal of the match.
Exactly.
Winning the actual title is secondary.
Yeah, we all know the goal of the match is what determines MVP, am I right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, right now, both teams able to follow up on each other. That's a good chance from the Pythons. Can't secure that one. Now, the Inferno are kind of left here with Zero boost to work with. It's a good shot on net from Sauce. Barricade to follow. Can't hit the net. Now with the back pass from Sauce to Zero. Zero plays it up high. No one there for the back read. Can't get that one on target either, and that really seems to be the biggest issue for both teams, is just making sure they get these balls on target.
Yeah, they're making the first and the second passes pretty good, but that final touch, they're just either not positioned or just not putting it on target. And I mean, all 4 goals so far, they've been decent, but nothing that like really stands out. Like, wow, that was an excellent team play. Imagine the first team to really settle themselves have a huge advantage here.
Exactly, and that's Nanite's opportunity. Can't get the dunk on Barricade. Jester to follow. Now it's an open net, and Cannoli's going to secure Game 1 victory for the Inferno.
Hey, you know what? Nanites put it on net, forced Barricade to make a play, and just great follow-up from the Inferno. All 3 there ready to attack and get rewarded with a nice Game 1 win here in the championship.
Yeah, and coming in with the Inferno, you know, being this high-power offense, and it's going to be very tough for the Pythons to be able to stop this. And I think they're doing a good job, though, in my opinion, where they're not counteracting this by having a great defense. They're counteracting by also having a great offense.
Yeah, exactly. And despite the fact they dropped Game 1, they still had a lot of good offensive pressure and a lot of offensive plays. They are a better shooting team than they showed here in Game 1, and I would imagine their finishing touch will kind of sharpen as this series progresses.
Yeah, I mean, the Pythons, I think they had, 9 shots on net within that first minute, and they kind of slowed down there following that. But the Inferno were able to keep up the presence. They ended up getting that, 10 shots on net, where they kind of were left shotless within the first minute and a half.
Yeah. You also got to give a little bit of a shout out to the Inferno. I mean, they made 8 saves, 6 of which coming from Ajester in that Game 1. So some of the Pythons' shots were pretty solid and just better defense.
Oh, yeah, they definitely had some very solid shots. And You know, the Inferno did have the some good defensive rotations as well. They're always following each other up. No real double commits either on the defensive end that I could see, and you know, they seemed very solid. I think it was just the a little bit of jitters for the first minute or so, and that was a good opportunity for Cannoli. Ajester wasn't able to get there in time to get that open net, as there was a clear from zero.
I think you're right, Mike. I think as this series progresses, these teams are going to be a lot more comfortable with themselves, and will start playing a little bit more to the form that got them here.
Exactly, and I think the biggest thing that we will see coming out of there is the just the accuracy of these shots. Many of these shots going above the net, side of the net, they're really not on target, especially the first shot. You know, subsequent shots after that where they just keep hammering at the net, that's where they keep getting on target, and that's where they've really been finding their goals, as you know, Jester getting that dunk on Sauce there on the goal line. Now Cannoli with the long clear, can't get that one on target either. Nanites
pushing that one wide too.
Yeah, that's such an issue right now. It's really showcasing this second game. I didn't see it too much in the first game, but it was definitely there with the presence in this second game, at least the first minute or so. That's really the breaking point right now.
Yeah, I mean, the opportunities are there for both teams. I mean, there was, 25 combined shots in game one? Something along those lines? And
very close to it, yeah.
It seemed like it was 3-2, which is kind of a high-scoring game. You know, you're getting there a little bit, but it felt like it should have been like 5-6 or something.
Exactly, and we'll see that coming in later games, and but sure. Right now both teams just trying to find that first goal, as we still are locked up here a minute and a half into this game as Zero looking for the bump on Nanite. Sauce.
I love the idea from Zero.
Good choice, able to forget about the ball, go for the demos, go for the bumps, try to get in the way a little bit and break up the solid defense coming up from Inferno. We have the dunk there. But the Inferno are able to get a long clear. Ajester with a shot. Can't get that one past Barricade. But Nanites is able to control that clear. Tries to pass it towards mid, but misses that one. Sauce is going to be the first one on that ball as Cannoli follows that one up. Passes it to midfield, but get cleared out from Barricade. Barricade could have an opportunity here, but I don't think he has too much boost. He gets a good 50 coming out from Nanites. And now the Inferno are back into this offensive groove, back into the Python zone. Python's looking for a shot on net. Can't get enough power on that one. That's Nanites stopping that one in front of his own net. Cannoli gets the clear. Nanites low boost, I believe, in front of his net. A little awkward going straight for that. It's going to be a goal coming up from Sauce. Sauce.
Yeah, Sauce. He's able to snake his way through the defense right there and get the nice 50 on Ajester. Plays it slow, let Ajester come right by. Soft touch into the net. Nice play.
Yeah, and I think that clear really caught everyone on the Inferno off guard. And, you know, Nanites was kind of in an awkward position where he goes straight up for that and backwards. And that's a good kickoff goal as well coming from Barricade off that 50.
Yeah, all of a sudden, after about 2.5 minutes of nothing happening on offense, Pythons respond with 2 quick goals in succession. And Barricade, nice job.
Yeah, they're really looking to even up this game pretty quickly. Or even up the series, sorry, not the game. But Sauce looking control in the corner, passes it out to Barricade, but he can't get enough of it.
That could have been huge, put an enormous amount of pressure on the Inferno there, but it goes a little bit wide. It's kind of a familiar refrain so far in this series.
Yeah, it would have been a huge motivational killer against the Inferno. But, you know, right now, the Pythons are playing very well offensively. They're not panicking anymore on the defensive end, which we saw last game. That's really the biggest factor of not allowing the Inferno to get any goals so far, as Sauce follows up his original touch straight down in front of the net and gets the cleanup there.
Nice individual play. He's reading it, and he even boosts down to the floor so he can get the wheels underneath of him to make that touch, gets it past Cannoli. Not a lot Cannoli can do there on defense. Nice play from Sauce.
Yeah, great play from Sauce, and you know, locating that ball directly in that corner above the net, it can be very difficult to read for the defending player if they're not at a good angle. And here we have the Inferno. They're going to want to get a goal here. It's going to be pretty tough for them to get back into this game, but they do have a chance, as you know, 2 good shot opportunities, not able to find the target, as you know, Python's quick to that shooter, killing or really breaking down that shooting angle. Cannoli now tries to pass it in midfield. Ajester stops that one from the net. Nanites double commits, and now we have an open net, but Cannoli back in time. That's not going to be secured from the Pythons. Cannoli with the pre-jump, gets the dunk on Barricade, but he has control. Barricade now with the dunk on Nanites. Could have a good opportunity to get this 4-0 lead, but gets the clear out of the zone. That's a pre-jump from Sauce. Saw that from a mile away. Nanites now with control with a good flick high above the net. Sauce there to stop that one, but it's going to be killed in front of his own net. And now Ajester cleaning that one up, and we have a game.
Yeah, Ajester giving his team a lifeline right there. Smartly playing it off of Sauce's mishit. Not a lot you can do there if you're the defense. You know, that's a tough play when it's coming off the top of your crossbar like that. But Inferno, chance. 2 goals in 40 seconds? Why not?
It's definitely possible. It's going to be very difficult, especially with this control that the Pythons have had throughout this game. It is good, though, that they are getting a goal through this game if they don't end up tying things up. They're going to get some good momentum coming into the game 3, and as well as some positive vibes to work with.
For sure.
Nanites can't find the player in front of the Pythons net, and that's going to be a goal secured by 0. And I think that will pretty much do it here for game 2.
Yeah, I think so as well. Barricade, nice booming clear, 0 cherry picking down the field. Nice job getting around that ball on enough of an angle to find that near post.
And, you know, as we come into these winding down seconds here in this game 2, what was the real difference maker? What changed for the Pythons, or what changed for the Inferno to make such a difference of score lines and game styles for this game 2?
I think Sauce had an excellent game here in game number 2, opening up the defense. He had a lot of nice dribble plays, a lot of double touches, where he was beating 1-2 defenders, either allowing himself to get a shot or allowing his teammates to capitalize. I think that was huge in breaking a lot of that momentum the Inferno had coming out of game 1.
Yeah, definitely, and you know you can see it from the shots as well. You know, 6 shots on it. I think he even had 6 shots in the first game as well. But you know, just being able to consistently keep up that pressure and consistently get these shots on net and just create such a presence in the offensive zone, and it really can wane down on the Inferno as they struggle to get these clears, and they kind of get demotivated, and they get boost starved as well. It's going to be very difficult for them to keep up with this when, you know, you have Sauce and Barricade just consistently stealing those boosts and getting back in these rotations very clean and nicely.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is something the Inferno will have to clean up on their end, is a little bit more cohesion defensively. Maybe even pressuring a guy like Sauce when he has the ball a little bit earlier so he can't set up those plays. Early here, though.
Yeah, and you know, one thing we haven't seen is I don't think we've seen a demo through the first 2 games. At least I don't remember any demos at all. I think there was a bump play coming out from 0, I believe, at one point, but really there hasn't been a lot of bumping, demoing, or really aggressive plays. That's a good shot off the back wall from Sauce as he cleans that one up.
Another nice read, 0 to Sauce, Sauce to himself, and he's the only one reading that. That is such a tough thing to try to predict when it's coming off that bottom rail of the wall, but he does it perfectly. He gets on top of the ball, throws it back in front of net.
Yeah, as a defender, it's very difficult to read. It's almost as if you want to try and read that one before it even attempts to hit the back wall. As you know, when it's bouncing so close to that roll up, you really cannot tell at times where the ball is going to bounce up to. If it's going to go too high, it's just going to roll up, or if it's going to bounce directly back into the player. But that's a good shot opportunity from Nanites. Can't get that one on target. Ajester trying to get a double touch as Nanites steals that one, but cleared out from Sauce. Cannoli now with the air dribble at midfield, tries to play it to Nanites, can't find him in front of the net. Shot from Ajester, though, above the 3 defenders from the Pythons on the goal line.
Nice job from Cannoli getting it into the Pythons half, and Ajester reading it, one-timing it. He has space, but he has the presence of mind not to try to dribble it slow into the 2 waiting defenders. He just fires it top shelf.
And I just want to look at these predictions real quick. From chat, it's 64% we're rooting for the Inferno, and you know, right now I don't see this being, you know, a 64% or a 30% difference between these 2 teams. You know, both teams very strong in their own right and very even as well. They have very similar play styles where they're able to rotate consistently, keep up the pressure, and you could easily see this going into a game 7 and being very close.
Absolutely. I think it's easy to give the edge to the Inferno because they did win their regular season matchup with the Pythons 3-1. But I think you're right. Everything we've seen, everything we saw in that play right there indicates the Pythons are here to play.
Yeah, and I believe the Pythons upset the number 1 team in their conference. I think it was the Mustangs, I believe, what was Bar was talking about. And both these teams actually upsetting the top teams before getting to the finals here, as the Inferno beat out the Avalanche the game before, and as they try to tie this one up with that shot on target, Nanites tries to go for the double tap, can't get high enough to get that one, and both these teams are wild card teams, and they, at least from the games I saw earlier on the season, either casting or on stream, they really could seem like a number 1 team any given day.
Yeah, and I think that that day has come here in the playoffs in their first 2 rounds. You're right, Pythons knocking off the conference regular season champs Mustangs in 7 games in the wild card round, and then sweeping the the Herons, 4-0 in the conference final. The Inferno similarly took the Warriors to 7 games, beat them, took the Avalanche to 7 games, and beat them. So they both have experience in high pressure games. That's got to bode well here.
Oh yeah, they know that they can handle the pressure, as Nanites get the soft touch there over the defender and gets that one on target. And right now, looking at the score line from the Pythons, Sauce 2 goals, 3 saves. He's looking like he's carrying on the scoreboard. He looks like he's carrying the Pythons, but really 0-2 and Barricade have been playing very solid as well, and have really kept up with the Inferno, but they just haven't been able to get the securing touches on the goals and really bend those players defensively on the goal line.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they've been solid, even if it's not showing up on the stat line as much.
And right now, the Inferno trying to get back to that goals here as Nanites passes it down to Jester. Barricade with the dunk on that one. Cannoli keeping this one in the zone as Zero is going to go for a long clear, but cut off by Nanites, just misses that one. But A-Jester there to follow. A-Jester trying to get a shot on that as well, but good save by Sauce. And that's a shot opportunity from Nanites. Can't get that one as Cannoli and Nanites both missing on that one. Sauce looking to get a 50 towards midfield. Zero is there. Can't get it on target, but Sauce follow up. Can't get that one.
Hits all parts of the goal and nothing goes in. Nice counterattack except for the actual finish.
And that's exactly what we were talking about earlier on in this game, where it's just that finishing touch that either team needs to really pull away offensively. And right now, neither one able to secure that one, as we do have this tie game going with a minute left into this one as A-Jester tries to get a dunk on Barricade.
I think we talk a lot about, you got to go out and make a play for your team. You got to do that, this, that, and the other. You got to beat a defender. You got to, flick or double touch or whatever you got to do. This series may come down to just who misses the least, because the opportunities have been there in every game for both teams.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And really, I can't see. Oh, that's a triple commit, though.
They'll do it.
That's an unfortunate defensive mistake there.
Yeah, you're in front of net, you're bumping your teammates, and so the ball gets hit, and you're just, I got to get up really quick. And it's not even a breakdown in communication. It's probably more of, a breakdown in rotation right there. But the Inferno will have another chance or two to tie this up.
Yeah, it seemed like both players were trying to get into that back post position. Fortunately, both going the opposite ways of each other and get tied up there in front of the net. But 15 seconds. We have seen them come back with goals in fewer times, so they do have a chance here if they can get this clear and follow this one up, as Cannoli can get the pass towards midfield to A-Jester, but cut off by Zero. And it's going to get this air dribble over one. Gets dunked by Sauce, though, and the Pythons taking the 2-1 series lead.
They do. After falling in game 1, they have shown up so far, making the plays when they need to and taking advantage of the mistakes and the opportunities presented to them by the Inferno. They've been playing great. The Inferno have not been able to solve Sauce yet. He has been making some solid plays offensively and defensively. And I think what we were mentioning earlier, may just have to start keying on him. If you shut him down, force Zero and Barricade to be the catalyst for this Python's offense, might be their key.
Yeah, they definitely need to find a way to somehow eliminate him from the play, whether it be bumps or demos or just trying to get to him as fast as possible whenever he has the ball, or even just have an eye on him on the field and just recognize where he is and where he can play to keep the ball away from him, as he really does seem like he can carry this Python team to victory. Especially, he's a supersonic legend as well. So you know that not only is he dominant in AA, but he's also dominant against AAAs or even major players as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's shown a lot of individual quality here, and yeah, I don't have anything else to add to that. He's good.
Yeah, he's a very good player, and we'll see if the Inferno are able to shut him down in this game. For Cannoli plays it past one defender. Sauce looks to follow that one up, gets it on target as well, but Cannoli back in time to save that one. Nanites securing that one back into his own corner, playing the save play as Jester gets dunked by Zero. Zero can't get enough wheels on the ground to get that ball in front of his own net. Cannoli now looking for a slow play, doesn't have much boost to work with. Fakes out Barricade though, but Zero able to clear that one out of his zone. Jester able to cut that one off, plays it down in the zone. It's gonna be Sauce with a follow-up. No one there to get really a shot on net, but somehow Nanites beats out two defenders. Python's low boost to work with right now, but stopped there by Zero. Zero now with the clear, and that's going to be an open net opportunity from the Pythons, but no one able to get that one in time as they were limited in the boost department, getting out of the zone. Cannoli now with a shot on net, nice and hard. Cannoli getting a hard shot on target, up close and personal as well, and it's just barely out of reach for Barricade. The 1-0 lead now from the Inferno. Their first lead to start out the game since game 1. And that's going to be another shot on net as Nanites showcasing his skill, securing the second goal and increasing this lead. Zero dunking two offensive players. Sauce now with the air dribble. Down to Barricade. Barricade almost gets the shot on target, but that's going to be cut off by Cannoli. Zero now with control. Cuts that one off. Sauce trying to get a follow-up, but Nanites plays it around him. Nanites now looking for the bump on Sauce, but can't get enough of him as Barricade now with the clear. Cannoli tries to play it out of his zone. Zero, though, where cut it off. Now we have Nanites. Gets the 50, A Jester to follow. It's going to be out of the zone by an unfortunate angle from Barricade. Cannoli can't get a shot on net to reach that ball. Nanites can't get it past Barricade. Now A Jester looking for some control. Inferno now have been held in the offensive zone, and now they're able to secure that third goal as we're 2 minutes into this one. Inferno looking out hot, looking to even out this series now. As I think I lost, yeah, we lost Ty, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he might have had his internet cut out, so just gonna be me for a little bit. I'm sorry about that one, guys. Jester now plays it down into the Python zone. Sauce gets a touch on that one. Cannoli with a shot on net, can't get it on target. Nanites looks to follow, but Sauce, good positioning and mindset to get the clear on that one. Doesn't let that one roll in front of his own net. Now Zero passes it to midfield. Sauce gets in an awkward position as it looked like he was trying to pre-jump that one at first, but couldn't find the angle on it and had to give up on that. Barricade cuts that one off at midfield, though. Sauce almost gets the demo on A Jester on the rotation out. Nanites now with the air dribble, looks for the flip reset in front of Zero. Can't get that one. A Jester up in time. It's going to be Zero now with the clear. Cannoli on the backboard to control this one. Now we have Barricade. Looks for the air dribble here. Doesn't have a lot of boost to work with. Nanites is able to dunk him, and A Jester now cut off back in midfield. Pythons with good offensive control now, but they haven't been able to get a good shot on net. But there it is. Sauce finds it, and he's going to get the back of the net over the unfortunate touch there from Canolian, and Nanites not able to reach that one in time. And now we have a game on our hands. 2 minutes remaining. Pythons only down 2 goals. They have plenty of time to keep back into this one. Really need to find their strides offensively here yet again. Barricade not able to find the pass towards midfield. Sauce is back there. He's going to get it over Nanites. Look for the touch into the corner, but cut off by Cannoli. Cannoli getting past 0 as well. Barricade back in time for that one. Can't get a pass out towards midfield as now we have Nanites flicking it over only one defender to beat. It's just going to be Sauce there. Plays it up high, but Sauce is going to secure that one and get some control as he slows things down. Cannoli keeping this one in the offensive zone. Nanites just misses that one as he tries to pass towards midfield. Now can't get it to A Jester in time. Good opportunity here coming out from Barricade. But yet again, Python's just having some issues securing that final touch and just getting that on target. As you know, we're 4 minutes into this game right now, and that's only their 3rd shot on target, but they're able to secure that one. And now 1 goal remaining, 50 seconds to kill. Don't know if the Inferno can hold off the Pythons as they've really stepped it up in this past minute and a half or so. But really, it's been those getting that shots on target, only securing 3 so far. Aegis plays it down, but cut off there from Sauce. Going to be a good dunk coming out from Cannoli. Barricade now on the sidewall. It's going to be Nanites cutting things down, but no one there for the pass. The Inferno looking for more of a defensive mindset coming into this last 30 seconds or so, trying to secure this victory and even up the series. Sauce is going to play the 50. Nanites plays it towards sidewall. 0. Going to cut that one off. This is going to be a good last-ditch opportunity coming out from the Pythons to see if they're able to secure this one. But Barricade plays it towards midfield. Cut off from Sauce. Barricade can't get enough of that one. 2 defenders double committing on that one from the Inferno. It's going to be a good opportunity here. 0 can't get the second touch, but Barricade is there to follow. Sauce can't get that one over A Jester, and he is the savior coming out from the Inferno as he gets that final dunk on the last shot opportunity from the Pythons, and the Inferno are going to come out and tie out this game 2. And
sorry, Mike. I just wanted to say hi because apparently
hey,
Ty's power went out. So, I decided that you wanted a friend. So here I am to be your friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. An unfortunate situation coming up from Ty. I lost a friend there, unfortunately. But
wow, you're getting replaced by me. That's so sad.
I'm glad. I'm glad. But I mean, you've kept up with these games. Is there anything that you've maybe seen that either me or Ty hasn't seen so far? What that's really been a difference maker for your side of the field?
I mean, again, I really do feel like it kind of. Oh, of course it goes down for maintenance, right? Again, I do really kind of feel like it's just that back and forth between the Pythons and Inferno. And Pythons, they've been honestly putting up much better fight than I was expecting. So really well done from them. But I'd love it. I'd love to see if they could prove my predictions wrong, because it's always fun when you say something will happen and then someone proves you wrong. So Pythons, I want you guys to do it for me, and I do not want to queue up for hoops. What am I doing?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Pythons are really just trying to fight against the predictions that everyone made against them. It was 64% to 36%, something like that. I don't know the exact math, but coming out from the chat where almost everyone thought the Inferno were gonna win this one, and really they have been a very dominant team. They even beat out arguably the best team in AA in the game before this one against the Avalanche. But back on the Pythons end of things, they also beat maybe the best team going in their conference as well, coming out from Mustangs. Mustangs is it.
Man, dude, and honestly, what's the word I'm looking for? What a storyline, honestly, by these guys. They've come out and both wild cards made it all the way here. It's absolutely nuts. But I saw earlier in Twitch chat that someone was saying that if Cannoli has a really good game, it will be really easy for them. So, but I mean, we're tied 2-2 here, and I mean, next 2 games could words can name everything. But tell me, what have been your thoughts so far?
I mean, right now, the biggest thing is just which team is gonna keep these shots on target, and that's the biggest issue coming up from both things. And I've reiterated this plenty of times throughout the series, and neither team has really been able to fix that mistake just yet. They've all almost really been playing off the backboard, playing into the corner, really just trying to keep the shots not on target. And almost all their goals have been coming out from rebounds or maybe long clears, and you really haven't seen that many passing plays offensively to secure their goals.
Ooh.
Good opportunity from Cannoli. Unfortunately, he can't secure that one. Sauce is going to cut that one off, though, and just barely over A-Jester's head as we have an early goal coming out here from the Pythons.
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of expecting the Inferno to come out a little bit more impressed but it kind of seemed like they just kind of took a backseat to that one and just let the shot go in. So a little confused as to what their plan was right there.
Yeah, not too sure what they were thinking. And, I think that's been their biggest issue through the season. Maybe not this series. It's just been their offensive or defensive mistakes. Sorry, where they at times were lead into double commits or get a little bit mixed up there on rotationally in the defensive end, and they have done a decent job and fixing those mistakes early on in this series. But we did see a couple times where a triple commit comes out or where they're kind of caught out of place. But another opportunity coming out from the Pythons, and Sauce is going to get a pinch on the Inferno defender, and he's going to find the back of the net.
I think there's only one thing that I can really say that adequately describes what happened, but that's a big oof, honestly. When you just go for a challenge and that pinch goes right in. So, I mean, really well done by Sauce to get that one in, but, I mean, Inferno, they got to be kicking themselves after that one.
Yeah, that one's a tough one to handle. You try to get the challenge, try to get a good clear, but then Sauce plays it off of your own player, and it's just an unfortunate placement. And it's not something that you can really fix there, especially you just got to position your car a little bit better, and at times it's almost nearly impossible.
The easiest way to say it is it do be like that, and oh my gosh, Python's coming away with this one, man.
They come out to play in this game 5 or 4. What are we? We're in game 5, aren't we?
Game 5, yes, sir. If my math is correct, which it should be.
Yeah, they came out to play in this one, and 3 goals, a minute and a half in, and they really have seemed like the more dominant team in this game. They really they haven't had too many opportunities on the Inferno end of things. They've done a very nice job just making sure the Inferno defensively are out of position and just a little bit out of place, and they haven't allowed for really any dunks or long clears. They've been keeping up these pressures, the pressures on the challenges early and often, and it's very nice to see. Zero now looks for control in this ball. Tries to play it over Nanites. It's going to get dunked there from A-Jester, though. Sauce with the save. Played high up in the air from Nanites. Almost gets dunked from Barricade, but pinches one up against the ceiling. Barricade now plays it down to Sauce. Sauce over 1. Cannoli now back in time is going to make it awkward for Sauce. Now Nanites saving Cannoli. Cannoli now with the clear. Zero's going to cut that one off. Cannoli plays it down, but Sauce is going to get to that one quick as he plays it up high. It's going to be Barricade with the follow-up, but Nanites back in time. Zero could have a shot on net, but it's going to let that one go. Luckily, Sauce is back there in time. Doesn't allow Cannoli to play that one off his backboard. A-Jester playing up high, but it's going to get dunked. Barricade almost gets that one, but can't get it on net, unfortunately. Sauce now with the clear. Nance is going to cut that one off. Barricade now playing it off the Inferno backboard. Zero looks for some control as he plays it down to Sauce. Nice, going to leave that one. He's low on boost as well as the remaining defenders on Inferno. He just does enough to get back for that one, but Sauce can't get that one on target. It's 0. Can't get that one in front of the net. And right now, while the Pythons, they've had great opportunities, but they haven't been able to secure the touch, but they're doing so well just not allowing any chances coming out from the Inferno end.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely see a lot of quality coming out from the Pythons, just kind of strangling Inferno and not really letting them have any room to really sputter into a fire. And I mean, they're just doing really, really well right now just to keep them on the back foot. But I do want to recognize that Sauce is the first SSL that I've actually seen in at least AA. So I think that he is really, I mean, as we've seen before, he's that catalyst for this game, and he's really been enabling Pythons to come away with this one.
Yeah, and his teammates as well, Zero and Barricade, they've played very solid in their own right as well. They've played very well, just allowing Sauce to do what he wants and make sure they're not forcing him in any awkward situations. They're not forcing him to make all the plays either, and that's going to be a shot from Camille. But yet again, the Inferno struggling to get that one on net. And Sauce, while he's looked very well, he doesn't look like a hard carry or anything like that either. He's just been playing very solidly, and Zero and Barricade have been playing very well, filling in where needed, as well as Barricade's going to have an empty net. Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough boost to play that one with some speed, but that's going to be just about it for this Game 5, and the Pythons are going to go on to match point.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were saying that Sauce was playing very solidly. And honestly, that is kind of what you need sometimes. He may not be looking like the hard carry, but that in of itself can be a carry. Just playing super solidly, playing really well, and making sure that his team can play to the best of their extent. So I am actually going to head out for this one because Ty is back. Welcome back, Ty. I know your power was kind of awkward, but have fun with this one, you guys, and just popping in to say hello. So hi, and then bye, Twitch chat.
Thanks, Bard. Thanks for
coming in, Steve.
Hey.
Hey, welcome back, Ty. Were you able to catch anything in that last game or the end of Game 4?
The second half of that game. I saw the Pythons' third goal, and then I saw them kind of lock it down in the back half of that game. And looks like Sauce is still firing on all cylinders. And they won a game, they lost a game, and I'm so excited I get to be back for the final part of this because this has been a solid series all around.
Exactly, and the Pythons, they came out on fire in the first minute and a half. They secured all 3 goals in the first minute and a half, and really, they weren't shut out. They weren't locked down, and that's not why the goal differential didn't change. And the Pythons just did so well offensively to keep it in the zone, but they really, again, just struggled to get it on net.
Yeah, and it's kind of been the theme all series. Obviously, I didn't see Game 4, but or all of Game 4, but yeah, you're right. It's just like who can actually take advantage of the opportunities presented to them. It's less about making opportunities because they're just happening with these two teams right now. The offenses and the passing is just too good. The chances are there. Just who can convert, and if the Pythons do, they're going to have themselves a championship.
Yeah, they're going to look to lock things up in this game. They don't want to go into a Game 7. I don't think any team would ever want to go into Game 7. As Game 7s, anything can happen, really. Games 5s as well. An overpowering team offensively can really change going into Game 7 with just so much pressure and so much anxiety that players can have. There's going to be so much nervousness on either ends of the field that really it could be anyone's game, and you could see anyone either pop off or anyone really struggle, no matter how well or how much they're struggling.
100%. Well, both of these teams won Game 7s to get to this point. The Inferno took both of their wildcard and conference final matches to 7, while the Pythons eliminated their conference number 1 seed Mustangs in a Game 7 in the wildcard too. So if we do get to it, might be in familiar territory for these teams.
Yeah, I mean, coming out with back-to-back Game 7s as well, I think we said that was the Pythons. That could, that was a good chance from Man Knights. Gets dunked on the goal line, but you could kind of give them a little bit of an upside having just won back-to-back Game 7s.
No doubt about it. See a lot of high-speed aggressiveness so far, but not a lot of chances in this Game 6.
Yeah, and the Inferno have done a good job locking things down as they've kind of had control of this ball throughout the first almost 2 minutes now. Really not a lot of chances coming out from the Pythons end of things. As Nice is going to look to play on one towards midfield. It's going to get dunked there on the backboard from Sauce. Sauce plays over 2, and that's going to be an empty net. And that's going to secure the first goal of this game 5 or 6. Sorry, I can't count.
Hey, it's all good, but it's our usual suspect Sauce on the receiving end of a generous goal. You know, a tough play there for the Inferno defenders, but hey, he got all that space and he makes the 50 and gets rewarded.
Yeah, and I mean, last time I watched the Inferno, that was the biggest issue, was where they got pushed up a little bit too far offensively, and that would be the leading factor for goals against them. And really, you haven't seen that too much this series. And many of these goals coming out from the Pythons have been just the reoccurring shots on net and just making sure they just keep up this pressure. And it really hasn't been coming from long clears or counterattacks, really.
No, you're absolutely right. It's been very deliberate offensive pressure from the Pythons. And it's been working out well for them. You know, they're on the verge of a championship for that reason.
Yeah, and just like that last play we saw from Sauce to Barricade, they're finding these passing plays as well over rotation, especially in this game 6. That's the second time we saw it this game where you know, the player with ball looks for that remaining player rotating out on the far side and tries to pass it towards midfield for that cutoff. And it allows for a lot of power coming out on shots on net, as well as it can get some players defensively mixed up. But nice job there from the Inferno, able to not get too nervous there while they're on their goal line and just hunkered down there for a good 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, absolutely. They did a good job of bending but not breaking, and both teams are still in it.
Yeah, they're able to get a good clear there, but unfortunately no one on the ball to get that shot on net, as it was a little bit open there for the long clear. But Sauce looks for that air dribble low boost as Nanites is able to cut that one off. And it tries to get the clear, but Zero's going to be there in time. And Barricade's going to get the dunk, and now it's a 2-goal lead as the Pythons are really looking to secure this victory for the finals here in this Game 6.
How about that? Barricade reaching across his body, so to speak, on that shot, dropping it far post, and all of a sudden, we're down to a minute 25. This is crunch time for the Inferno.
Yeah, they really need to send it all out here. They can't leave anything on the line, and that's going to be a good opportunity from the Python. Sauce, though, gets dunked by 2 defenders.
Almost got the dagger.
Yeah, that might have been it. If the Pythons were able to secure that one, it'd be very difficult for the Inferno to get back into this one, as it would be a huge motivational killer. Nanites now looking for the pass to A-Jester, but they're without boost, and this could be it.
Sauce all day long.
Yeah, it really seemed like all the players on Inferno really sent it, and they felt like they needed to secure that goal there and then. And unfortunately, they didn't have much boost to work with as they try to get that counterattack going.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, that's the right strategy. You know, with a minute left and a 2-goal deficit, you've got to press forward. But that's just the risk you take. You leave yourself very open on the counterattack, and Sauce, no one's making a mistake on that play.
Yeah,
except
exactly. Good dunk there from Zero, though.
Absolutely. Well, it's got to happen now. 30 seconds. It's not impossible, but you have to go right now if you're in the Inferno. No reason to put anyone in your own net.
They did. Yeah, they need to just send it all. They need all these players on offense. They can't have a third man in rotation anymore. They got to send it all out here. But 20 seconds remaining. It's going to be very difficult, if nearly impossible, for the Inferno to get back into this one.
I think it's about it.
Yeah, the Pythons locking things down yet again into the Inferno's zone. And the Pythons are going to secure the AA finals here in Game 6.
What an effort from these two teams. The Pythons coming out on top after a couple dominating performances to close out this series 3-0 and now 3-0 once again here in game number 6 to take the series 4-2. People were predicting a 4-2, but not in the favor of the Pythons. They showed up. They showed everybody that we were wrong. And they put away a nice Inferno team for their championship run. And nice job, just overall. Fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely silenced Chad as the predictions coming out 64 on the side of the Inferno. And really, either team played so well. And the Pythons, they had two very dominant games, that being that last game, as well as I think it was game two where they came out with like 6 goals or something like that.
Yeah.
They played just so well, and they played consistently. Where the Inferno at times lit up a little bit. And they weren't able to find it offensively, where they're kind of held on defense consistently throughout entire games.
Yeah, exactly. And they were able to just break down that Inferno defense more consistently than they got broken down themselves. And a quick programming note, we are going to take an hour off for right now, but make sure to stick around because the Major League title matchup is coming up at 9 Eastern. So even though we'll be off stream for a little bit, we will be back on in a little while. Just hearing that from our streamer extraordinaire, Captain Clutch. So
Yeah, and I think with that, that'll be it for us here. I don't think you're returning either for that 9 o'clock game. So thank you for coming out here and getting your power back as well, and rejoining me for that last game.
It's lit. Now it is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. It's been a great matchup and a great season. Be sure to stick around. 9 p.m. Major League matchup coming up.